against Malcolm Delpesh. So looks like we're all ready to go. Here we go. And we're away, and Krumesh will soon be joining me on the comms. So Bristol with the first offensive, lots of movement, move the ball around well. Quick, good, strong tack into the middle. Not quite, knocks that down. Nelson Hamry comes up with the rebound. Wheeling, top of the key. Thornton has it. They look inside. Lots of actions off of that post play. Zach Wilson. Zach Jackson. Ball's tipped around and remains Riders' sideline possession. A little bit of shot clock pressure. So Riders looking for something relatively quick. So Zach Jackson to inbounds. Jackson, Lovin has it, step back with a 2. He gets the Riders' scoreboard movement. That sweet move that Mark Lovin has, that step back. So Riders up and running. So Bristol, again, lots of movement on the top of the key. Forces the guard inside, kicks out again. From deep, Samuels makes a 3. So he's got the Flyers scoreboard ticking over. So nice shot from Samuels. Jackson, top of the key, holds the ball. Thornton. Quick crossover, out he goes. Jackson down the middle, strong with the strong left-handed finish. Laid it in for 2. Samuels has it. Defended by Thornton. He looks to drive, taken away. King has it. Defended by Loving. He attacks the glass. Mark Loving with the rejection. Jackson quickly down court and up early. Not quite able to knock that down. Good defense from the Flyers. Samuels has it. Looks in the corner. From the corner. That's the back-to-back 3s for the Flyers. So they've taken an early advantage, 6-4. So half-court offense for the Riders. Thornton stops with the floater, not quite able to knock that down. So Flyers quickly down court. Samuels handles. King again, top of the key. Defended by Wheeling. Looks to get inside. A little bump, leaves it a little short. And I'm pleased to say, just arrived to give his views and opinions on tonight's ball game is WBBL head coach Krumesh Patel. Hi Krumesh, how you doing?
Oh, great. Excited to be here again.
Good. And it's good to have you in. Both teams just started the ball game. Flyers early lead. Have only made 3-point shots, so up by 6, both 3-point line.
It's going to be an interesting affair after what happened last time, wasn't it, away at Bristol?
Yes, so Bristol won the opening fixture of this championship season down at Bristol, beating the Riders 91-85. Both teams are struggling with health, really. Bristol Flyers are down a couple of players. Their starting point guard and Thomas Bell has been ripping it up for them. So they're a little bit depleted. Strong move. Strong finish.
Strong move. I've seen him come all the way through the EABL. Now it's good to see Corey Samuels making an impact in the BBL.
Absolutely. So he's been promoted to the starting guard position. So Flyers have it. Nice look inside. And good patience from Jackson there.
It's interesting how the teams adjust with the injuries.
Because Riders almost at full strength, obviously missing Mo Walker tonight. So that to be interesting to see how coach rotates, because him and Darian Nelson Henry normally share the minutes. Great effort from the captain there. Thornton in the open courts. Nelson goes to Jackson on the wing again. Cross court. Nice screen from Whelan. Mark Loving with the 3 ball.
Good weak side flare screen there from Patrick Whelan to get Mark Loving wide open.
Nice action, definitely. So Riders supporters begin to raise their voice. First 3 miss of the night, I think, by the Flyers, and riders are off and running. Thornton has it. Quick release, not quite gets the friendly roll. So Samuels showing a little patience on this play. King, top of the key, Delpesh, handoff. King looks to drive all the way to the basket, lays it in for a couple. So Thornton takes his time. Nelson Henry looks down low to Zach Jackson. Looks to back his man down. Flips it up with that sweet move for 2.
It's a tough move when you have Jackson down there bullying you. And he doesn't want to foul, does he? I guess with a limited roster, they don't want to pick up cheap ones.
That's got to be in the mind, I guess. Stay out of foul trouble as much as possible. It's also good to see Zach Jackson. Good hands from Whelan. Aggressively at the basket, lays it in. He had his good active hands in defence, always a good thing to do. Delpesh not quite able to convert there. Jackson has it again on the wing, looking to be aggressive. Steps up again. We have a whistle and converts. And will be going to the line for the bonus point.
A difficult one there for Delpesh. I think he's trying to get out of the way, and Jackson's smart enough to find his hipping at the and one.
Always good. I always love to see Zach Jackson being aggressive in the game. Both him and Pat Whelan. So I guess there's some question. Darian Nelson probably taking his usual substitution at this point in the game and bringing Jibril Adekoya into the game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because now they're smaller but a little bit more quicker, a little bit more mobile as well with Adike rather than Mo. So.
Yeah, I'm not on one-eyed, I admit that. I think Jibril was one of the best defenders in this league as well.
Yeah.
Hand off. Flyers have it. Watson Gale. Impressed in the first game, especially in the second half. I think he got 18 points down at Bristol, so an impressive young British player.
Yeah, I remember him when he was looking at his options and he decided to go to the US rather than stay, and it's nice to see him return back and make an impact in the BBL again. Another young talent on the floor. Definitely
a good British talent. It's good to see Bristol bringing him back. And he did impress in that first game. I think he scored 18 points. So we're just not sure what we're checking for, whether it's a clock issue or a timing issue. I'm not really sure. So it will be a Flyers sideline ball. Very early yet, but Riders just sneaking 16 to 10 at this point. Just come back from training then, Krimesh.
Yeah, so we have our final preparation before we play Cardiff tomorrow. And there's a slight bit of traffic coming down from Loughborough. So.
Yeah, it's really busy. It was kind of, I got here really early. It was really busy. Big crowd in tonight. Yeah. Halloween game.
That's what I mean. The spooky season, everyone's out there to enjoy it. And I love all the new graphics and stuff that they're doing to get that atmosphere ready for Halloween.
It's really great stuff. Good defence from Jibril there. Look inside to the post. Feeding. Nice cut. And... do we have a whistle then? It looks as though Thornton really rotated across, but probably got a little bit of the arm. Called for the foul.
Definitely good action to get the ball into the low post, and then a good Laker cut right there from the top. And then it's a tough one. Who wants to help? And they both ended up trying to help, which resulted in a foul.
So, Coach Paternoster changing his backcourt. Both Kimball McKenzie and Connor Washington into the ball game for the first time tonight. King at the line, shooting a couple. So King good with the first. Two out of two. So first free throws of the night for the Flyers. Good on both. Connor back into the ball game again. Talking about health, I know he's been struggling a little bit recently, but hopefully he's feeling better.
I think he's slowly on the mend. So
Jibril looks to drive, just leaves that a little short. Flyers off and running. Again, looks down low. Smith not quite able to knock at that back. Washington. I think Connor's one of the best rebounding guys in the league as well. The guy's not that tall, but I always think he's one of the best rebounders we've got in the league. Here we go.
He has good anticipation, so he has a feel for where the ball's going to go, and then with his speed, he just beats you to it, doesn't he?
Back with the game, Kimball. There he goes. Nicknamed now locally as Nimble Kimball. Quick action into the lane, lays it up. Nice action.
Nice to see him get an early score for him. Nice to see if he can build on it.
Always get good for the confidence, get those early buckets. Again in the low post, Jabril. Little undersized, but there's that great defense that he plays. What an assist. Zach Jackson, what a dropping the dimes into the low post there for Jabril. Again, indication of Zach Jackson's rounded game, can do a little bit of everything.
I love how Zach wants to reward him for his defense. He saw the good defense, he ran his lane and he gave Jabril right the ball back to reward him with the 2 points. So good teamwork there, but that shows defense into offense is the simplest way of playing basketball.
Definitely, as you say, always reward the big man that makes the effort to run the court. Definitely, and Jabril did that. And again, speaking to Jabril, not always the biggest defender in the post, but has got those great defensive skills, that anticipation, the swipe down.
Yeah, I think he's got good strength, so he gets in good position early, so it makes it difficult for the big person, and then he has quick feet. So using his strength early, he gets good position, and then uses his quickness to manipulate a difficult shot for him. So he does a great job, and even off the ball, you can see him always actively talking to his teammates. So he is a good defender for multiple reasons, and like you said, you don't lose anything with him on the floor because he can cover big, but he can also cover small as well.
Absolutely, a player able to guard lots of different positions. So Riders, bit of a run with there, currently up 20-12. I guess forces Coach Kapoulas to call a timeout to stop that run. Head coach, you're happy that you've already conceded 20 points with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter?
I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed. I think he's going to say that you gave us some cheap ones. I think he would have liked around the 16 mark and maybe finish around the 22-24, but he's now worried that it's going to go into the 28. So that's why I think the timeout came, to stop that run. Maybe they can get an easy score and maybe one stop that will keep the score below 26. That's what I think we're aiming for now.
So Riders first time out of the timeout, showing a little full court pressure, almost a Paternostro trademark. So King looking to bully Lovin.
He looked for every option and we exhausted him, and then made that tough finish over the top.
Yeah, it's a good strong finish there in the paint. Kimball offloads to Lovin. Washington, top of the key, defended closely. Steps back, not quite able to knock that down. Big rebound.
It's interesting, someone playing the same pressure defense on Connor like Connor does on others.
Nice spin again. Nice spin move there. Olsen lays it in for 2. So a good timeout. Scored the next 4 points.
It's always nice coming out of timeout and your team going on a positive run rather than a negative one.
Mark Lovin, just a lovely squeeze. Looks almost effortless turnaround jumper.
He always plays at his speed and he makes it effective playing at his speed. He never rushes himself.
Definitely. I guess that's a sign of a really good quality player. Olsen defended by Kimball. McKenzie looks to drive and we have a whistle. Foul called on Kimball McKenzie. Not quite sure where he gets in.
I think he called 2 hands on the body, and they've been consistent with that call on this end of the floor twice now. So, but the interesting is, can they be consistent for 3 more quarters with the hands-on call?
That elusive notion of consistency.
That's all you can hope for.
That's what you can hope for. Good slip. Not quite able to get it on the first attempt. Ball's loose. Kicked out. Smith from deep. Good hustle play. Good hustle in there from Watson. Gale keeps it alive for the Flyers, and we have a whistle. I think there's a query on the shot clock. Yes,
yeah.
I'm guessing. So good hustling from the Flyers, keeping it alive. And I think the ref just whistled that up, just because not sure whether did it get reset.
It did touch the rim on the missed layup, didn't it? So it's at least around 9, maybe.
Yeah. Certainly, I think it was Smith, definitely an air ball. But like you said, picked up and with the attempted lay-in, probably just did clint the rim.
I think it was the air ball. No, it was the layup missed, then the offense rebound, then the kick out, then the air ball, and then maybe it didn't hit the rim after that.
So you're just illustrating how difficult it is to be a referee, isn't it? We kind of, what do you think happened? Yeah. What did you see? Yeah. So it just shows you how hard it is to be a referee, isn't it?
It's a shame they don't have VAR, right?
Yeah, VAR. Hey, be careful what you wish for, I think, sometimes. It's early in the ball game, still in the third quarter, so plenty of time. So it looks whatever, and within the shot clock down to 6. So plenty of time.
Yeah, enough to get a shot off.
Yeah, Flyers.
Or at least to get to the rim, I think.
So back with the ball game. Inbounded. Go for posts. Great effort. Another 3 ball. So I guess that's their third triple of the first quarter. So shooting pretty well.
That's the lesson for the young Bowman there, to be a little bit closer at the end of the clock.
Connor McKenzie again inside, kicks out to Bowman. He looks to drive. Nice drop off inside. Good patience. Nice drop off by Blake, and again showing Jabril about the importance of patience when you're in that pain. Watson Gale looking to take a lot of the shot clock down. Looks to drive. Flips it up high. Nice strong move again.
Tough, soft finish as well. He went down at speed and then soft touch with his right hand.
So I guess Ryder's looking for the last shot of this first quarter. McKenzie glances at the shot clock. Off the screen. Step back for the 3. Not quite able. Ball's loose. Blake Bowman
with the tip.
Blake Bowman, Ryder's players in the right spot for the missed shot. Pops it in for the couple. In terms of we'll get to the sharp end of the game. We'll see.
It's always a key for the Riders. Their depth is powerful for them. And Rob used that well, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays in.
And I think Flyers have kind of adopted that model there. I think they are a very deep team. Nice move. Kenzie just unable to knock that one down. Quick release, quick action there. Connor nearly comes up with the rebound. Little unfortunate. So Washington has it. Jabril, top of the key. Still in the ball game, looks inside, nice look. Blake looking for room, and looks as though he just stepped out of bounds, looking for room. Always crowded down there. So Flyers get the ball back. Riders a little bit extending their defence just to slow the Flyers down a little. Smith comes to top of the key. Again, look inside. Patience. Smith looks to back. Adekoya down. Gets tipped back again. Second opportunity. It's a quick release. And that's another triple.
And I don't think Rob's going to be happy with offensive rebounds resulting to extra possessions. I think that's what's going to hurt him. I know Bristol rebound really well, and they use that to their advantage right now.
Great first move by Bowman. Just unable to lay that in. Good first step, though. Watson Gale looks down low. Delpesh has it against Harris. We have a whistle on the floor. That's going to be called against Nelson Henry. There we go. Delpesh, strong move. Probably hands in the cookie jar just a little bit there. And line, Flyers.
That was close to a 5-second call right there.
Yeah, Orson flips it up with a floater. Again, pops it in. So Flyers come out strong start to this second quarter, up by 2. We have a whistle. Yeah, 5 points to zip start to this quarter. So Flyers feeling good about themselves. So Coach Rob changing 4 of his players while we wait for Blake to go to the line, shooting a couple of free throws.
He's not afraid to attack, is he?
That's a good thing.
First year in the league, but playing with confidence, and he can show he's got confidence from his coaching staff to allow it to be like that. So.
Yeah, I think it's great to see a young British player, only 21st season in the BBL, as you said, having that confidence to catch the ball and attack the rim. This is them both. Don't think that was our fault, Kumash.
I didn't talk about his free throws.
No. So we're not taking that one. So Watson Gale, top of the tee. Again, quick first move. That one's left short. Pulled in by Nelson Henry. So Whelan back into the ball game. Mark Lovin looking down into the post. Nelson Henry looks to back Delpesh down with that nice hook. Just leaves a little short. Flyers have it. King, hesitation, looks to back down. Good defense, quickly. Rebound and quick outlet. Bowman looks to throw that one down with authority.
And that's what they want to do. They want to play defense and run, and that's a good example of it. And that's a stronger finish from Blake Bowman right there.
High flying above the rim type of player. I guess 20 should be.
Tough finish from the other young Watson right there. Especially with the inside hand, like inside leg up with the outside hand finish. Protecting himself, good finish.
Thornton penetrates. Bowman again. Into the middle. Not quite able to knock that one down. Man, defended by Bowman, spins, flips it up off the glass. And again, Delpesh off the missed shot, just pops it in for another couple.
I think they're going to have to talk about offensive rebounding.
Rebounding, yeah.
Bristol are staying true with it, and that's 6 points right there just from offensive rebounding and staying true to it.
Yeah, that does seem to be the difference in the ball game. Just that and 3-point shooting, but you're right. Flyers missing up a couple of shots, but cleaning up the glass very much. So riders need to, I don't know, is it a mindset that players have about rebounding?
Nowadays, I think it could be tactical. You know, there are teams that will make sure they have X amount of people crash the glass. So I think Bristol, leading the league in offensive rebound, I think they must have a philosophy behind it. We're going to go after it, which gives them confidence to keep shooting. And now, riders just have to make the adjustment of actually we got to put a body to someone to take away them extra possessions. Or in them situations, they don't get beat easy one-on-one where Darren had to help and there was no one to box his man up. So
Yes, yeah. I guess the question that I've heard mooted in various places, does anybody really truly box out these days?
I can tell you my team tries to.
Okay, right. We're going to check that.
Oh,
one
no,
out.
that's a problem now. Tomorrow we'll see.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, so that's Coach Palana. So probably we're guessing talking about boxing out and rebounding. So riders with the ball game. Possession. Zach Jackson. Thornton. Loving has it. Comes back to the ball. Quick whistle there. Looks as though King may have caught Thornton on the arm.
I don't think the Bristol coach enjoyed that one though.
No, that's my impression as well. I don't know whether you can hear that on comms or not, but yes, slight disagreement. Thornton has it again. Off the screen, kicked out.
Good Spanish pick and roll right there.
Yes. Run that action quite a lot. Hat quite open. Unable to knock it down on that occasion.
It's an interesting one. What do you want to give up? The layup, the big, or the shooting guard? So.
Pick your poison. Okay. Gale not able to connect on that one. Zach Jackson pulls it down and then handles. Looking inside. And again, noticing that mismatch there. Watson Gale, undersized Watson Gale, trying to defend Mark Lovin deep in the post.
It's a tough one. It's a mismatch, so he's there trying to be physical, and being too physical resulted in the second foul.
Absolutely. So Watson Gale goes out to the game, really impressed by his contribution to the Flyers. I think that was his second foul. So again, we'll see how that plays out, foul trouble later in the game perhaps.
You can see the inside hand wrapping up the hips, a good call there from the referee.
So another quick foul by the Flyers. So Riders will retain possession sideline by Jackson. Thornton comes to the ball.
That's better cover of the Spanish pick and roll. They switched and switched again, which allowed to take away all the options.
Just unable to convert in that. Samuels, nice action again. Smith with the nice short jumper, knocks it down. Hand off, Thornton with a step back, just unable to knock it down. Yet to open his accounts tonight, scoring wise. Smith,
good
strong dive again.
Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, came through a missed shot, and again, you're right. Player coming through the middle, grabbed that ball, giving Flyers another offensive opportunity here. So I guess that's something they might be, you Riders might be hearing again about during the half-time conversation. King has it. Smith looks to King into the middle. Clean drive to the basket for the lane, really.
Ghost little ghost screen there that left the double gap for the drive. Tough.
Thornton kicks out. Zach Jackson looking inside. And looks like we have another whistle. A couple of bodies on the floor. I think that's against Smith, I believe. There you go, just a little bit wrapped up. Finds Nelson Henry on the floor. Gets called for the foul. But not in the act of shooting. So I think that'll be a sideline possession.
I think it's team fouls, right?
Okay, yeah. Good observations. Yeah, so Flyers in the penalty. Missed that one. So Nelson Henry at the line, shooting a couple. Good with the first. And good with the second. So, first points for the ball game for Darren Nelson Henry.
Good defense.
Great effort, Thornton puts it down. Looked like the one-handed slam. Great effort. And again, looking for the next steal instantly as well. So that just get the supporters going. King into the middle. Whistle called against. I think that's Zach Jackson's foul. 21. We'll just see it again. Into the paint. Comes with the help. Not a ball, but looks like he did get at some arm as well. So puts King onto the line, shooting a couple of free throws. Good effort though by Zach coming across the lane to help the defender there. Good with the first. Two out of two, so 38-32 advantage, still pretty close in this ball game. Jackson Thornton skipped across. Jackson open, could have taken the 3. Drives on. Smith again. So again, we see looking to close out the 3. Zach's more than capable of making that, so you need to close out quick, but then blows by him, gets foul called against Smith, his second. So perhaps Flyers beginning to rack up foul calls.
Is it fatigue or is it being over-aggressive? It's an interesting one now because they're going to have to adjust because 4 minutes to go. You don't want to keep giving free throws away when you've kept Riders down to 32 right now, which they would be kind of happy with.
So again, Zach just misses those free throws, so Riders back on defence. From deep, not able to connect that, and we have a rebound. Thornton quickly out to Lovin. Into the paint. One way, looks for room, patience again. Just leaves it a little short. Rebounded by the Flyers. Hesitation. Looks to back Jackson down, turn around jumper. Not quite able to make that. And it will be a Riders ball. So it'll be Whelan to inbound. Thornton has it quickly back to Whelan. Mark Lovin looks to drive along the baseline and throws it down.
I don't think that's the match that Bristol wanted
No.
in transition.
Feel like too easy for Lovin to beat his defender there. King has it, defended by Jackson. Good help defence line. Nelson Henry going back to in the post. Looks to drive and spin. Good defence by Henry. Great defence. Riders off and running. Loving handling the ball. Bounce pass to Zach Jackson. Again, looks to drive. Strong at the glass. Doesn't get the friendly roll. Samuels. Again, step back 3 and knocks the 3 ball down again. We'll check out the stats a little bit later, but that must be one of the differences in the game. Number 3 balls Bristol's have stuck.
Does it look like they've missed many?
Shooting a high percentage, and we have a call against Mark Lovin. Not sure whether that was for a moving screen. So Thornton goes to the bench on that one. Connor Washington returning to the ball game. Also Kimball returning to the ball game as well. Is that Mark Lovin's first foul of the ball game? King has it. Smith just leaves that a little bit short. Pat Whelan with a rebound. Quick outlet, nimble. Kimball. Whelan attacks the middle, flicks it up. Sweet, nice, soft hands. Lays it in for 2. King. Going under that screen, flips it up high. Smith unable to collect it that time.
I think Bristol might use their timeout if the Riders score here.
Whelan again being strong. Good effort to block that shot from Pat Whelan there. Good effort on the defensive side of the ball. But will mean it remains a Riders possession. So here we go. Whelan attacking the glass as he does. But a great block there. Great secondary effort to deny that. What would have been a layup for Whelan. So Washington to inbound and line. McKenzie off a couple of screens, looks to drive, and nice strong finish from Kimball. So 3-point ball game. Rebound, Lovin. Eventually pulls it in. Across it goes to McKenzie. He's off and running. And it goes Mark Loving from deep. Mark Loving with the triple, and forces Coach Kapoulas to call the timeout. And we're back to where we started, and we see from Mark Loving, lines and one up from deep, well behind the three-point line. Swish. Always good to see Mark Loving making three-point shots.
Yeah, definitely a good little run there from the Riders. I think that Bristol could have controlled that situation a little bit earlier, but I guess they're not down right now, so I guess good timeout. But a little bit earlier, they could have kept the lead because the Riders were building momentum for that last 90 seconds, I would say.
Yeah, and I guess it's that old adage, how important is it to have the momentum going into the half?
Yeah.
And how does that change or affect your, as a coach, your conversation with your players?
It definitely has an impact when you go in half-time, because if you're going in momentum, you're feeling good about yourself. If you're going in frustrated, that comes out in that changing room as well. So that momentum going in is very important, how that swing's going in. So Riders might not be happy, but going in tied will be better than going in down 10.
Absolutely. So Riders just last time out that Coach Kapoulas called was a very effective one, and they kind of grabbed the ball game back. So we'll see how this goes in this case. What sort of things would he be saying to his Bristol players?
I think he's going to go back to what he was saying. They got minute and 7. We need to take the shots we want to do. No silly fouls to put the Riders at the free throw line, but he's going to want his team to go up into half-time with the lead. So they're going to have to take smart possessions right here.
Okay, so back with the ball game. Delpesh has it. So put the ball. Samuels has it. Drops it inside. King. Patience on the offense here. Go back to the post. King has it. Matched up against Whelan. Looks to back him down. Fade away. Not able to connect. And there's Washington again. Rebounding very strongly as he does. Stops, pops. Mark Loving early release. Not quite able to knock that one down. Probably going 2 for 1.
I think he saw the clock in the smart shot in that 2-1 possessions. With
great help defense from Mark Loving. And yes, looks as though that was a foul on McKenzie. Not sure it was necessary by Wilson. I guess looking for steal the ball back.
I think if they weren't in team fouls, it would have been a good foul, but because they are up with 2 points. Yes. I think that's the benefit of going 2 for 1 right there, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So Mark Loving's early shot was probably a good decision. So putting McKenzie on the line to shoot a couple. So that little run, Riders are now in front. I guess Flyers are going to run down the time that's left in this half. And just as we get to the end of this first half, Krumesh, going to ask you, great block from Loving. Going to ask you to give your comments, and I'm going to try and grab a player to have some reflections on the ball game. So I'm going to see how athletic I am. So I'm going to leave you and get the noses in front. And it looks like we're all ready to go. And Bristol will have the first possession. Samuels has it. Defended by Thornton. Thornton struggled with his shot a little bit in that first half, 1 of 5, so hopefully he'll be looking to mishandle there. The lane was there, but just mishandled it. All of a sudden, leaves it short.
They were missed dribbles there, otherwise it would have been a good action right there, and King would have continued his scoring.
Thornton down low into the post, smart Loving. Looks to back his man down. Has a swipe at the ball. A mixture of ball, but did look as though he got some hot arm, so gets whistled for that. Should be, I think, in the act of shooting. So should send Mark Loving to the line to shoot a couple. And forces Coach Kapoulas take Mahan out of the game.
Yeah, I think it's that quick foul which puts him at 3, which now has to have him sit down for a couple of minutes.
Which is what we were saying at the top of the game, you know, being a little short-handed, probably more short-handed of the riders. Would that play out over the 40 minutes?
It'd be interesting to see how long Coach Kudus sits him, because we were talking about it last week. What's more important, that one foul or the game running away? So it'd be interesting how long he sits him and how the scoreline is affected.
Yeah, I listened to your commentaries last week, and I think that's an excellent point. And it's, I guess that's how coaches live and die, by those sorts of decisions and calls, isn't it?
Definitely.
Samuels defended strongly by Thornton. King has to work off. Delpesh flashes inside, doesn't get the ball. Step back. Ball's loose, and again, so 2 rebounds quickly from Jackson off the missed shots in the corner. Mark Loving where he likes to be, and nails the triple. Nice sweet shot from Mark Loving in the corner, knocks it down, his second triple of the night. Takes him to 15 points. Samuels gets his own missed shot, flipped up, and ball's rolling around. Thornton riders have it, looking inside. Delson and remains a rider's possession.
I don't think this is the start the Flyers would have wanted, and the riders could really capitalise it.
Yeah, missed a couple of shots they were perhaps making in the first half. We'll see how that goes. So Whelan will inbound end line. Loving. Thornton has it. Works off the screen. Out it goes to Whelan. Back to Thornton. A little static at the moment. Getting deep into the shot clock. Looks to drive strongly.
A lot of contact there.
Did seem to be, but no whistle. Step back from deep 3. And nails that 3 ball
He's
again.
continued his scoring into the second half as well, him and Loving. It's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, King with a triple. Leading the Flyers. That's 16 points for him personal. Again, look to the low post. Nelson Henry looks to back. Delpesh down, flips it up. Unable to knock down that little hook shot he has. King again. Drops it inside to Delpesh. And great defence from Pat Whelan taking the charge. We'll see that again. Nice dime drop off inside. Whelan just gets there.
Yeah, he got there, held his ground, wasn't afraid.
How brave you have to be to take that, knowing a much bigger guy's going to mow you down.
That's why he's a GB international.
True.
Not afraid to be there, put his body on the line.
Yes.
But he was bracing himself, wasn't he?
Yes. Braver than me. So Thornton has it. Loving in the corner again, looking at another triple, and back-to-back triples. Mark Loving. Different side of the court, but with the same results. So he's feeling good about himself.
Got to keep going, Tim.
Again, looking for room. Not able to lay it in. Nelson Henry comes up with it. Thornton has it. Looks to push. The middle. Zach Jackson. Nelson Henry looking inside. Again, the mismatch inside. Good head-up play from Nelson Henry. Looked for the mismatch and gives it to the much bigger Mark Loving inside.
Definitely a really good half-time break there for Mark Loving, and he's capitalising on it. And I think, all coaches are asking for that call when the ball, when they hit the backfoot, but I think it has to disrupt the shot for them to give it goaltending. The rule changed a couple of years ago, didn't it? So just slapping the backfoot doesn't mean it's automatic goaltending. So but I think the bigger concern for Bristol is going to be Mark Loving. He's a problem right now.
Yeah. Riders have come up shooting the ball really well. I think it's a 10-3 start to this third quarter. So finding their straps a little bit better than Bristol, I guess. Maybe a little bit impeded by foul trouble or concerns. So that's got to be at the back of Coach Kapoulis' mind. Again, speaks to a little bit that last play. Nelson Henry catches the ball. He's always looking to get his other teammates involved.
Yeah, he's a tremendous passer for his size. And you know what? He had a couple of missed layups and hooks. So he's invested himself in assisting his teammates. They can get the scoring done. So good team play there. Now they've got to build on it. But let's see, last time the timeout was occurred, Bristol went on a run. I think they need the same, otherwise this game could blow up real quickly.
So again, coach calls a timeout to stop the momentum, to get some messages conveyed. Let's see how we go. So Watson Gale defended by Whelan. Well, listen, back it goes. Kicked out. King again. It's made one and has made two. Should Whelan be helping off of that?
Well, it's interesting that King has scored from the same go screen action twice. So now, surely the third time, I think the Riders will have to make an adjustment.
Yeah, perhaps can't keep giving him that shot. Thornton. And just like Nelson Henry called for the moving screen. Let's have a look at that. A little bit with his shoulder, I guess, there. Just moving fractionally. That's Nelson Henry's second call of the night, so he leaves the game. Jibril Adekoya comes back into the ball game. So Watson Gale handling. Olsen, back it goes to the middle of the court.
Again.
Same action again. Look
at
at
that
King.
time they switched.
Yes, King popped out, but didn't have the shot. Didn't get the ball back. So shot clock running down, steps back. That's going to be a little off. So again, it looks, I was my imagination, but Riders seem to be crashing the balls a little bit up.
You see, there was four of them boxing right there. So
absolutely.
Or trying to go get it rather than boxing. Either or, Bristol didn't get it.
Looked inside again. What a heady play from Adekoya, finding again Mark Lovin. So again, Mark Lovin keep riding his hot hand at the moment. King. And it goes. Good defense by Jackson. Watson Gale looks to drive, sees an empty lane. Adekoya with the big man block. Thornton mishandles eventually. Looks like there's going to be a whistle on the play. Pat Whelan thinks he got all ball. Not sure whether we're going to see that play again. It was close.
That's an interesting one from the young. Watson gets blocked by good defense.
Here we go. So going strong.
And then has to go again.
I guess
that one, it could be goaltending because the back ball did hit the backboard, but instead of talking about the goaltending,
and the referees,
they called it an unsportsmanlike.
They've upgraded that, yeah.
Which is an interesting one because redeeming the rules, he played the ball
definitely
at the glass. Only thing they can call it for is for excessive contact.
And it looks as though the referees have also just called a technical foul.
And this is where referees, for me, get frustrated because now they're confounding a call. They've made a call and upgraded it without talking to the coach. They've given him a technical rather than explaining him. For me, it's a situation where you have to explain to Rob why that call was made. Because for me, it was a play on the ball, last man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we've got that play again to have a look at. You can see clear that Watson Gale's taking it strong for layup. But you'd want your players to come back to challenge that shot, wouldn't you? That's what you kind of employ your players to do. So that's what you'd expect Whelan to do.
Yeah, and for me,
it wasn't cheap or dirty. Yeah. Here we go. Look at this again.
He plays the ball, and there's no excessive force.
No.
So I'd love to know what they've attempted to call it. He attempted the shot block, and his momentum took him over.
And he just get a little bit of the ball.
Yeah. So now, are they going to call every block shot unsportsmanlike? They put themselves in an awkward situation right now.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
What frustrates me is now have they talked about was it goaltending?
Not heard him have that conversation. Yeah. So we were talking too much then. I think he made 1 out of 2 there. And will retain possession of the ball sideline. So some interesting calls by the referees. Toughest job on the floor in many ways.
Now I think they have to manage the game so it doesn't get out of hand because both teams are going to be a little bit more physical.
Ollison looks to drive, steps into the paint, good defence again by Whelan. Again, closes out. Whelan seems to be all over the place. Great effort. Pat Whelan closed out 2 different players on 2 different actions then. He's fired up. So I guess the other side of that of being called a sportsman, does that infuse him with more energy and passion?
It does. I think they're going to be like, they feel like they've been wrong, and now they responded in the correct way.
So sometimes getting what might be argued to be the wrong side of a call can actually fire up that player.
Definitely.
So back with the ball game. Adekaya, hand off. Zach Jackson, jab steps, looks to get down the middle, steps back. Nice, sweet, beautiful action. Zach Jackson. Feels like the temperature's going up a little bit on this ball game. More than halfway through this third quarter. King looks to drive, looks for room. Slides across the paint. Getting deep into shot clock difficulties. Ollison going to jack it up from deep. Not quite able to make that. Again, Riders come up with the rebound. Thornton looking to push the ball quick. Across it goes. Jackson looks inside. Changes his mind. Again, jab set. Steps. Thornton from deep. With the triple. Derek Thornton knocks it down. To the 3-ball.
And I guess that unsportsmanlike technical fired up the Riders rather than put them down. Good response from them.
Absolutely. And forces Coach Kapoulas to take another timeout. Riders.
And then I think that's a good timeout to take, because many coaches won't take the second one in the third quarter, but if he doesn't, they were going on a run and that could have ended the game there.
Absolutely. So Riders with a nice little run. Again, following that sportsmanlike technical foul seems to have given some extra juice for the Riders on defence. So a nice little run into that. Currently up by 11 now, 11 points. So again, difficult to know. What would Coach Kapoulas be talking to his players to try and shift or re-energize to give some juice to his players?
I think he's going to tell them not to get the emotional into it. They would have been super happy they got that call, and then they just got, less energetic, less aggressive, and Riders ramped it up. They've got to match their energy and their aggression, or they're going to get run over for the second half of the game. So I think he's going to say, let's focus on what we want to do, play our way, not their way, and let's regroup, because 11 turns into 16 and 16 turns into 20, and then that's it. So he's going to be like, we've got to bring it down the other way.
So I guess with just under 4 minutes into the end of this quarter, I guess who scores the next 6-7 points is critical. If that's Riders, it's a big deficit to begin to.
And they still haven't gone to the bench yet, so it'd be interesting to see when Bristol go back to the bench.
So King defended by kickball. That's going to be a kickball against Mark Lovin. Means 14 seconds back on the shot clock. So Flyers plenty of time. So Watson Gale will inbound, sideline. Gone 2-guard look. Samuels, who started the game, but keeping Watson Gale in. So gone a little bit small in the backcourt. Kicked out, drive and kick. King through the middle, loses the handle. Let's talk it up due to the defensive pressure.
They're causing pressure all over the floor. They've been physical with it, and he's fumbling the ball. So good response. Bristol just need to adjust to that. They need to calm it down a little bit and go to something more clinical for him.
Connor just mishandles King with the easy bucket there. Something you don't really ever see. Connor just mishandling the ball.
No.
Again, a little couple of sloppy plays from the Riders, and perhaps the ball handling almost gifts Flyers 4 easy bucket points.
Yeah, well, it looks like Flyers have, just matched Riders on the defensive end. They've gone super physical in the front court and got 2 steals off of it. So we're like, okay, you're going to be physical. We've not got some easy scores. We're going to be physical, and then turn them over and force Rob into his timeout. So good response from the Flyers yet again from the timeout.
Absolutely, and like I said, forces Coach Paternoster to call his own timeout just to regroup, to get some messages across to his team. Probably that was more due to what, individual errors rather than that do happen rather than team problems.
Yeah,
as such.
I think Bristol were more physical. I think the ball got tapped away, and then good from Corey Samuels, and then it compounded it when they got him again. Maybe Connor was looking for a foul, which is it's a little bit physical right there, but they punished him, capitalised on it, but the referees allowed it to go both ways, so you have to live with it. But I think they'll readjust, and like you said, they built that lead. And like you said, the 6 points didn't go that way. Now it makes it an interesting game in the end of the third.
Definitely. So 7 points difference. Just 3 minutes left in this third quarter. And again, Riders struggling a little bit to get the ball in. Eventually do. So Riders, Washington crosses halfway, defended by Corey Samuels. Whelan drops it inside. Adekoya with that little jump shot of his, knocks it down. Simple play, but thing of beauty.
Yeah, good action, good Ricky screen at the top, and then a good find from Patrick Whelan to find Adekoya right at the top there to hit the shot.
The Rider supporters begin to raise their voices on defence. Flyers in the corner. Samuels has it. Looking down low. Great hands. This time Riders steal it back. And we have the whistle. And instantly, all players, did he play on the ball?
That's the question you're going to get all the rest of the game now.
Riders calling for the unsportsman. Is that a fair play, do you think? I don't know.
I think Corey Samuels got back in front and made an attempt on the ball. I've got to give it to him there. But you've got to ask the question now.
You've got to ask the question, yeah. I'm glad I'm not a referee. Okay, so Riders will have possession sideline. Zach Jackson to inbound, as he does to Washington. Lovin has it. Jackson. Step back. Just a little long.
Tough, same foot, same hand stop, and put him right on the floor, but didn't come back the two.
King has it. Down to Delpesh. Good defence by Adekoya, but better offence from Malcolm Delpesh.
Not much more he could have done there, I don't think.
Absolutely. Adekoya has it. Washington. Dots inside. Look down to the post. Adekoya again. Cross court. Mark Lovin in his spot. And given us a 2. Given us 2 by the referee. Mark's been hot this third quarter. Riders back on defence. Austin Gale off the screen. He looks for a deep one. Not quite able to knock it down. Riders seem to be gobbling all those second chances, rebounding in this second half. Loving again. Keep going to Loving. As you would.
Especially in the third quarter.
Getting deep into the shot clock. Looks, lots of moves, steps back. Just a little short on that occasion. So Flyers have it. Looking to push. Watson Gale. Man. Challenging Jackson. Good defence from Zach. Flicks it off. Not a great big rebound. Connor Washington. Hot potato handled well by Jabril. Jackson thinks about it once. Just a little off.
I guess the 2-for-1 again from the Riders.
Could be.
We'll give them the last possession of the game.
Well spotted, coach. So King to the go to Delpesh, and they do. Looks to spin baseline. We have a whistle.
Good foul to give. That fouls to give. Didn't get an easy score.
Mark Lovin, Delpesh looking to spin baseline against Lovin. Quick move, just gets. Forces Mark Lovin to the bench. Good decision, give him a slightly longer blow.
Oh, definitely. He's a little bit frustrated, but for me that's a smart foul.
King again looks to drive. Bowman moving his legs well. Gets a whistle on that case.
That one there, what do you tell the young man, what more can he do? He's like, well, I'm stood, I'm standing. Tough finish.
Yeah, again, seemed to be moving his feet really well. Arm straight up. Probably got him a little bit down below rather than up top. But good finish. Again, Vincent King. gets the friendly roll. So I guess nibbling away at this Riders lead. So Washington has it. So again, away from the ball. Whistle called. Foul call against Ollison. I think was doing a little bit of wrestling with Kimball McKenzie. Not a great fan of fouls away from the ball. That's just me.
But again, for me, it's a smart one. I know doesn't give him the shot. As long as they get a stop, it's a good foul.
Not able to get that shot. Long Hail Mary from the Flyers, and that's the third quarter in the book. Riders have it.
It's interesting. Riders have started with Loving on the bench, so I guess it's going to give him an extra breather to then finish out the game. So now it's going to be interesting if Jackson can take over the scoring for the Riders, shall we say?
Yeah, play through him a little bit more. Washington and Adekoya is also capable, unable to knock and connect on that three-pointer. Is capable of knocking that shot down. Great defense, hustling defense, and there we have it.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Is that? Do we refer to that as consistency?
That is consistent, I would guess so. They were looking for it. He's the last man.
Here we go.
Good defense from Connor. Great position, and then Watson swipes at it, and the referee's going to say he grabs Connor right there.
Stops him getting the ball, what would have been an open layup. So right call.
Right call. But right now, if for the young kid, just let it go. 2 points is gone. He's going to run if he's going to run. And your teammate was trying to get back.
So Connor, an excellent free throw shooter, knocks them both down. And because it's an unsportsman-like whistle, will have or retain possession, sideline, taken out by Kimball McKenzie. So sportsmen may play big into the outcome of this game. So Zach Jackson, top of the key. Looks inside, Bowman. Looks for a little room, good swipe down by Watson Gale to come up with the ball, but knocked out of bounds. So remains Riders' ball.
4.4 seconds on the shot clock for the Riders.
It's only 4 seconds left in the shot clock, so Riders looking for something quite quickly, I guess. Corner, Bowman quickly drive.
Tough finish with the shot clock.
That's a sweet move from the young guy.
Yeah.
And again, love to see that play because it shows he's playing with great confidence. So, as you can see, Watson Gale and Washington both going at it.
It's an interesting matchup right now. They're not backing down and they're both going at each other with it. It's going to see who's interesting who comes out a bigger one at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's what you like to see, yeah?
It's a sign of respect. Connor's been in the league for many, many years and he's been a good one. And this young kid is not backing down, he's giving it back to him. So it's a sign of respect that, hey, I'm going to treat you like I treat anyone else.
Good to see. So we'll keep his eye on that battle. Switched on, Kimball McKenzie. Nearly comes up with a steal. Watson Gale, good ball handling skills. Looking inside. Del Pesh, defended by Connor Washington and deep in the post.
Yeah.
Connor hesitates. Quickly down the lane, lays it up. Connor Washington doing it all at both ends of the court. King. Offensive foul called. Is that for the moving screen?
Yeah, I think you caught him on the leg there, so they're going to go offensive foul.
Have a look at that one. Not quite sure. But whatever the reason for that call, it will remain Riders' ball, who quickly developed a 12-point advantage in this ball game. So Kapula shuffles his players. Washington back out. McKenzie. Mark Lovin still being sat on the bench, so he's getting a really nice break. Good kick out. Adekoya, hand off again to McKenzie. He lines one up, not quite able to knock it down. Bowman up for the rebound, unable to pull it in. King in the open court. Looks to drive through the middle. Looking to jump it inside. There's Jabil Adekoya for his great defensive anticipation. Zach Jackson just mishandles. Great steal.
I think the Flyers were lucky there with that steal because that would have forced could put this into his timeout. I think 14 is a big gap.
And Washington being a pest on that defence, as was Zach Jackson. Whistle goes foul called against Zach. Feels like the referees are making sure this game doesn't blow over.
They're calling it early to keep the level of it down, which is, I can live with that. And I think both coaches can live with it because it's going to keep the game within control. You don't want to get messy.
Absolutely. So Flyers inbound. Smith has it. Samuels has it. Working behind that screen. Looks to spin back. Good defence again from Bowman.
Good vertical stance there.
And it's a Riders' possession. Again, Blake Bowman working really hard on the defensive side of the ball. Which signals the return of Mark Lovin. A really nice warm applause for Blake. So Kimball McKenzie crosses halfway off the screen. Mark Lovin looks for a lane, goes up strong, uses the other side of the basket. Great play from Mark Lovin.
Well rested to finish the game, to score.
Jackson nearly comes up with it, man. Again, Jackson playing great defense. Again, swipes at the ball, just get the player, gets calls for the foul.
Yeah, I think he's
playing
in
great
good position,
defense.
and then he gets frustrated and swipes right there.
That's Zach's third. So, intelligent player will know he's got his third. Listen. Adekoya nearly comes up with a steal, and here we go with those, dare I say it, can I get myself into trouble, quick whistles.
But are they consistent with this quarter? They've called it the whole way the 3 minutes, but you're right.
Adekoya.
It looks like all ball, but the referee has a better angle and he's almost got some hand.
So Flyers to inbound. Hands it off to Manan. Handles the defence by McKenzie from way out. Olsen knocks the 3 ball down. So there was
With that one, it was from far.
Making those in the first quarter. Let's hope they don't heat up again this fourth and final one. Washington has it. Looks into the paint. Strong move. I think he was looking to offload that, but Smith comes up with the ball. Again, from way downtown, back to back.
I think he's found the spot he likes.
Yeah. So Riders need to, again, make the change in regarding to getting more up in his grill. So a quick 6 points. Washington. That's the player. Fly by. Again, good patience. Let the defender fly by and get a nice open jump shot. Riders faithful, crank up the noise for defence. Kimball defence in the corner. Samuels a little bit off target. I think it needs to be King making that shot. Washington. Lovin has it. Off the screen, he's over. Mark Lovin with the triple.
I don't understand why he would go under Lovin when he's scoring the whole second half. I can hear the bench right there, Del Clark saying, go over, go over. Tough shot. Good shoot from both teams right there to keep it interesting.
We heard the bench from the Flyers screaming at the defender. What are you doing going under that screen? Might that suggest a little bit of tiredness?
I think so. A little bit of fatigue, settling in. Maybe the thought was a little bit too far, but you got to stay with him. And now this is the final timeout. So now after this, if they can't fix it within it, then it's going to be a tough one.
So how much is it on players to be able to read the game and make adaptations during the game, and how much is it the coach's responsibility?
I think small ones players make it. I think if it's a continuous one which changes the momentum, I think the coach needs to slow it down for them. But in the game, players do a good job of making the adjustments themselves, but I think it's the big ones, like right now, where the coach has to be like, okay, now we have to talk as a group.
So we're talking about timeouts. Coach Kapoulas has just used his final timeout.
Final timeout with 5:49 to go, so he's going to have to trust in his players to get it done. One big run from the Riders, and then he's got no solutions apart from fouling or subbing.
Sheffield Sharks 87.
We just got an update.
81. Sheffield probably going to take that one.
So we're getting quick update from Sheffield. Do you want to fill us in, Kumash, how it's going up there?
It's an interesting one. 7 seconds left, and Sheffield Sharks are up 6.
Wow, so we're keeping an eye on that ball game. So Thornton back into the ball game, as is Nelson Henry. Riders, I guess, with their closers. 5. Thornton with the great hands just steals it away. Great ball handling, drops it off. Nice to Delson. Darian Nelson Henry. That was all about Thornton, though. Quick hands. So I think we've just heard confirmed results. Lions are now on a loss in the BBL. So no team now is not without its own loss. Flyers. What a great shot with 3-point off balance falling out of bounds. Great shot.
And until then, it was solid defense. And then, but again, I guess better offense right there.
Whelan just lost his footing a little bit. Walsall looks to, again, line up that 3 ball. Looks as though they're going to try and win or die by the 3 ball. I wonder, a little bit early, I'm not sure. Thornton. Riders in no rush. Works off a couple of screens at the top. Attacks to the middle, flips it off the glass, not quite able to get the Flemmy roll, and ball's loose, and it will be a Flyers possession.
Sheffield 87, Lions 81 becomes a final score.
So Watson Gale handles the ball, crosses halfway. Riders on defence. Jackson over the screen. Again, flips it up and gets the friendly roll. Nice action there. Nelson Henry flips it into Levin. He's playing a little point guard, crosses the halfway. Whelan has it. Glances at the clock. Screen at the top for Whelan. Attacks the middle, attacks very strongly. Great drive from Pat Whelan.
Good use of the pick and roll and good downhill drive on Delpesh. Tough finish.
Great finish. Watson Gale handles. Flyers being patient. Off the screen, hesitates, drives and gets, well, I was going to say gets an open layup, but just unable to convert in that. Did all the hard work. Shakes his head. Thornton has it. Riders just taking a little bit of air out of the ball. Thornton off, working off the screen. Out it goes. Mark Lovin, who has had the hot hand and continues.
He can't miss in the second half, can
with
he?
that screen. No, he's on fire. So makes another triple. Leading all scores this game. Nice hesitation move, strong attack at the glass. Good defense from Nelson Henry. Straight up, just makes that shot a little bit more difficult than it had to be. And Riders come up with the ball, so they will have possession. Sideline. Thornton has it. Loving. Working off the screen, stops again, gets out it goes. Thornton into the middle, drops it nicely inside. And second attempt. Nelson Henry pops it in.
That's the Riders punishing Bristol with offensive rebounding now.
And I wonder how much is that due to a little bit of tiredness.
It seems like it. It seems like fatigue. I think they've had the air knocked out of them.
Again, out it goes. And Whelan unhappy with the call, but did seem to get a lot of his arm on that shot attempt. And putting Mahan on the line to shoot 3 shots.
Technical foul also called on Patrick Whelan.
I think the technical foul is going to be for the reaction, I think.
Yeah, so have a look at that again. So, contesting that just get the arm. I think you're right. I think it's more to do with Pat's response in relation to having that foul. And Pat Whelan leads the ball game. Gets a nice hearing it from the hometown supporters. So Mahan will be at the line then, shooting 3, and then Flyers will have the possession. So perhaps a little bit of a lifeline.
2 minutes, I think.
Potentially 6-point play.
Ideally. It's 86, and the Riders are going to score at least, you would like to think, 6-7 more points. That means in 2 minutes, Bristol have to score 22 points to win the game.
You're such a realist. Pragmatist.
Just go with the maths.
Maths.
You never know. That's why everyone likes sports. It's never so linear. But it's going to be a tough ask, even with that call.
So third free throw. It's made the first 2. And makes all 3. So he's also remaining on the line for the technical foul called against Pat. So it could be a 4-point play.
4-point play,
yeah. And there we go.
There's the jinx from the commentator.
Yeah, that's why I was talking. So Thornton handling. Under 2 minutes left in this regulation. Mark Lovin. Zach Jackson. Nelson Henry. Loving just a little short. Pressure of shot clock at that time. King, he throws it up. Big rebound. Thornton quickly down court. Jackson and defensive effort, but gets cut a bit of Jackson, so that's a foul. So that will, I think, be shots for Jackson. Will be at the line shooting a couple. Good effort. Here we go. Jackson taking it strong to the paint. Did seem to be a lot of ball.
It looked like all ball.
Yeah, to be fair.
They've called it both ways, so I guess you got to live with it.
Jackson makes the first.
Is good with the first. There you go. Why did I speak?
Don't know, you got to stay quiet at the free throws.
So that one's on me. 1 out of 2 for Zach. Great hustle in defence from Mark Lovin there, just knocks it away. Riders really noticeably slowing this ball game down now. Takes it in strong, good knock away. I think that was Delpesh there with a rejection. King has it, looking to score quick and early. Delpesh run the floor well and misses the jam. Thornton quickly down court and lays it in. So we have another technical. Not quite sure who that one's called on.
It's interesting when there's many technical fouls. The players are frustrated, so the referees have got to take some understanding of that. They're not.
I think that's called on Thornton.
Yeah.
So makes the layup, but felt he got a little bodily contact. So not sure how many technicals we've had called as a game that's not felt dirty or ever got out of hand. So Flyers make the free throw shot and will have possession. So Riders on defence. Watson Gale handles. Defended by Kimball McKenzie. King has it in the corner. Not able to knock that down. Another rebound. Connor Washington. Feels like that might be the concluding play of this ball game. Riders supporters getting onto their feet in show of support for the Riders. Certainly the second half performance. Walshy quickly attacks through the middle, lays it in for 2. King quickly down, takes it in strong, and that's the end of the ball game. So Riders have this one 91-73. So great effort from the Riders. Exciting ball game, very close all the way. As before at half-time, Kumash, I'm going to give you the joy of reflecting on this performance, why I shoot off, run to the length of the other end. So I'm going to try and grab a player to get their perspective and views on tonight's